Quackalacking guys, I'm a Duck Quack here, and welcome back to another video on our trading tips kind of series, whatever we want to call it. We're going to look at in this video the importance of specializing in a certain area when it comes to trading. Now there's so many different trading methods. You can snipe, you can mass bid, you can invest for longer term, you can use the bronze pack method, all kinds of things. But if you're doing any of these and you're not doing them efficiently, so you're kind of not learning how they're done properly, and you're thinking, well, this isn't working, I'll jump onto the next thing, and then you kind of repeat that in a pattern, then you're never going to master one of them, and you're never going to make maximum profit. So I use this account as an example. This is my main account. So when it comes to this, I don't really need to be doing the bronze pack method anymore. I mean, I'll do it for a bit of fun occasionally, but I'm never going to do it seriously. So I don't know 100% what sells, what doesn't sell at the moment. So it takes me a lot longer to look at every item and compare pricing, etc., etc. So it's not maximizing anyway my efficiency when I'm doing it. The same goes for sniping with this account. I've got more than enough coins on this account at the moment. So if I was going to snipe a player, let's say we were going to snipe Mustafi, for example. He sells for about 2,000 coins at the moment. Is it around 2,000 coins? Whoa, what's happening? What is happening? He sells for about 2,200 coins, maybe. Yeah, so about 2,100. So if I'm sniping him for about 1,900 coins, every one of these that I make, I'm going to be making about 100, 200 coins profit. Now, that isn't bad money at all. But when I've got a lot more money to trade with, I don't want to be wasting my time using those little techniques. So what I've turned to on this account is I'm investing in longer term events, so for the future. So as you can see, what I did previously was I massively invested in preparation for these big squad builder challenges. So I picked up loads of high rated players for extremely cheap, sold them all on for an absolute fortune. Then I turned all of those coins into another investment. So I've invested massively, as you can see, on one to watch Morata. There's a very good chance he starts tonight, so I've done my research, I've taken my time, I've allocated it into learning what's happening in this week, learning what big events could be coming up, learning what teams could be playing in the games, which one to watch cards could be playing, and from all of that, I've got to a stage where I'm ready to decide on, I want to invest in Morata, or I want to invest in a different big named player. Now, you guys might not have as many coins as me, or you might have a method that really works for you. So if you're playing around with like 5,000, 10,000 coins, then you want to be looking to start things off with the bronze pack method. Now, the reason the bronze pack method is so good is it's almost guaranteeing you that you're going to make some money from the packs that you open. Now, it's not going to be huge profit. You're not going to make anywhere near the amount of coins you can make investing in long-term players or mass bidding or anything like that. But this is a guaranteed method to start boosting your bankroll. So if you're anywhere between the 5, probably up to about the 20,000 coin mark, then this is the method you want to be doing. You've seen the video that I've released on this, or you'll see the video I'm going to release on all of these methods at some point. But you want to just be opening bronze packs, checking what everyone sells for, listing them up until you're at a higher coin total. So if you're sitting anywhere between, as I said before, roughly the 5,000 to 20,000 coin mark, you want to be looking at bronze pack method as your go-to method. If you're sitting on anywhere between, you could probably get away with between 10 to about 30, 40,000 coins, then sniping is probably going to be your best option. So the reason sniping works for this kind of budget is because there's literally no risk involved again. But with a higher coin total, you can afford to have those players sitting on the transfer list for a little bit longer, not selling, while you're sniping other players. Say we had 2,000 coins and we wanted to snipe a Mustafi. We keep doing this till we eventually find one, obviously. One pops up, we win him, we list him up. Now, if this player takes 2, 3, 4, 5 minutes to sell, that's 5 minutes when we can do nothing else. It's not maximizing our trading time, which is why it's best to do this when you have a few more coins. The same thing goes for mass bidding. So if you decide you want to mass bid on players, you need to put down a load of coins in order to win a handful of these players. So you want to be having around about 50,000 plus coins to do this. The reason for this is simply, if we went into Mustafi with 10,000 coins, we bid on 5 of them, and we end up winning none of them, then we've just wasted our time. Mass bidding works on the basis of you being able to bid on a lot of players at the same time, and then winning a small chunk of them, and then just rinsing and repeating this method. That's why you want around 50,000 to maybe 100, 150,000 coins for this method, just to do it fully efficiently. When you're sitting on above 100,000 coins, maybe a little bit more ideally, 150-ish thousand, you can start looking at longer term investments. So obviously we've got the one to watch cards, which have been brilliant throughout this game. We're coming to the end of the season, so they're not becoming quite as strong as before. but the one to watch cards, they still hold value. And as you can see with the Marathas that I've got hundreds of them, well not hundreds, but a huge amount of them. If you can predict the future, if you can get it right, learn how the market works, sell off hype if you believe that's the best, wait for the game to kick off if you think they're going to score, etc, etc. It requires a lot of work. Now, what I'm getting at with this is each method works for different coin totals or works for a different individual. You could have 200,000 coins and stick to the bronze pack method because it works for you. You'll still make a decent amount of coins each week. It's not impossible to make 50,000, 100,000 coins a week just from the bronze pack method. But you have to know what you're doing. So if the bronze pack method's what you love doing, make sure you learn what sells, make sure you learn what doesn't sell, so you're not wasting time on the packs. If sniping's what you love to do, make sure that you're taking your time to learn about the filters that are best. So you're not just coming on here and you're searching for Mustafi, you're searching for a bunch of players that are relevant at the moment due to certain squad builder challenges, due to certain events that you can see coming up. If you're sniping one to watch cards even, you can mix in the investment side of it with the sniping side of it. But you have to do your research to make it effective. Same with mass bidding. You've got to make sure that the players you're bidding on aren't being bid on by a ton of other people. There is enough demand that they're going to sell, or there's enough potential involved in them so that they're going to sell. Same with investing again, obviously, but this one's very straightforward. Investing is a player's too low at the moment, you believe, on the market, so it's going to rise over a period of time. Again, it requires research. Now, it's very hard to do enough research to cover all four of those trading methods, and that's just a small handful of the trading methods available. This is why you've got to really take the time to focus in on one, specialize at one, and absolutely master it, opposed to becoming very average at, say, bronze pack method, where you're taking too long on the packs, then you jump and try some sniping, you don't win any snipes, so you go to mass bidding, and then you don't win any players, and then you see a post on Reddit, or you see a YouTuber mention a big player, and you think, okay, I'll invest in him, and then that doesn't pay off. If you're not understanding why you're investing in a player, or you're not understanding why it could be profitable or could not be profitable, then it's not a good investment. You need to understand what you're doing. Like with all these trading methods, you need to fully understand how they work, why you're searching for the players you're searching for, why you're paying the amount of money you're paying for the players, etc, etc. So it's just a very simple lesson, this. Pick one of the many trading methods, and you're going to see all of them listed on my channel over the next week or two. Pick one, master it. If you're not getting on with it, by all means, move on to the next, but don't cut between the two. Don't move on to the next one, then come back and do the previous one. Learn one thoroughly, master it, and then the coins will actually just start pouring in. It just requires a lot more work on your end than you would have thought. You see all these big YouTubers or these big trading YouTubers say, invest in this guy now, make a ton of profit. That works amazingly for the YouTuber and the very first 5% maybe that get in on that video. The next 10-20% of those, so taking us up to 30% say, they're going to be buying at an already inflated price. The next 20% of those, taking us up to 50%, are probably going to start buying the first 5% investments, and hence this is why the investment looks like it's worked, because more people are coming later to the game, and hence picking up players that were advised to pick up at a certain price. The price isn't mentioned at the start or something, and then they're buying the initial guy's investments. By the time you reach the last few people watching this video, they're buying investments for maybe 5,000-10,000 coins more than when the video was initially made. That's why research is so important. That's why you have to understand what you're doing when you're investing, when you're trading. You can't just take someone else's word for it. Always use their advice. So if, for example, I made a video saying, invest in Benteke. He's a great investment for XYZ. He's going to start on Saturday. He's going to score a hat-trick. Then he's going to play midweek. His one-to-watch card's going to go through the roof. So then just jump onto Google. Check if he's actually playing. Check if he's injured. Check what the chances of him starting are. Check who they're playing against. Is it likely he's going to score? It's very minimal research, but you've got to cover all these angles in order to make sure that you become an efficient and effective trader who just masters one area to start with. And then when that's absolutely nailed down, you can move on to other topics. Anyway, guys, this is just another short video just showing you the importance of mastering something and actually understanding it, opposed to just dipping your feet in and trying it or following advice. If you still are enjoying this series, though, make sure you drop a like, subscribe if you're new, and if you've got any questions, comment down below and I will reply, guys. Anyway, thanks for watching, and I'll catch you next time.